Okay, I'm back. As promised, I am going to do my best to show you how to patch up a hole in a tank. Let's say, for example, the weekend, you have to shampoo the carpet. By the time you order a new tank, it's going to be a day or two or something of that sort, all right? And you just need like a quick temporary fix that can help you make it through the weekend, all right? So, and you never know, depending on how well we do, it may be something that'll just repair the crack in your tank altogether, all right? So let's give it a try, all right? First, let's figure out what we're gonna need, all right? So the tools that we're gonna need and material, you're gonna need some fiberglass resin, okay? You're gonna need one of these, fiberglass resin. See that? This is being used a lot, you can tell, right? All right, and you're gonna need some liquid hardener. Okay, good. You're also gonna need some tape, okay? And something like a brush of sorts that can help you kind of smooth things out a little bit, something to help you mix. It could be a wooden straw of sorts, or just something like, mixing thing. All right, gloves, okay? Now, I don't happen to have a mask right now, but get a mask, okay? Even glasses, you don't want to do the job where you're doing stuff and you splash yourself in the eye, okay? So, all right, now, let's get started, all right? Now, so I have a tank here. This is a little shampoo tank, Hoover tank, okay? And there's a hole right there. You see that little, right there? So if I put water in this thing, it's just going to pour right out. All right. Now, and this can actually work for bigger things like a crack, cracks like that. But again, it's a temporary fix. So let's treat it that way. Okay. And let me walk you through this. Now, the first thing I'm going to do, we're going to make sure this is dry, that there's no water in that area that we want to work. Okay. All right. Next, sandpaper. I forgot that part. You need sandpaper. We're gonna rough up the area that we're gonna work with. All right, so on the outside specifically, I'm gonna do that, but it's not necessary absolutely right now, but because we're gonna do the inside first. But you definitely wanna rough up the area. If you can make it inside, do it inside. If you can't do it inside, let's say you have a tank that's kind of closed. This one happens to be where we can open the lid. All right, like that. But some of the tanks, you can't. Let's say it's the solution tank. So you have to kind of do everything from pouring from the top, all right? Which is just a little bit of balancing act on your side, all right? Okay, so now if you can't rough it up on the inside, this is what I suggest. And you don't have to do it this way, but I'm going to do it. In this case, I'm gonna use a tiny little drill bit like this, okay? And just on maybe, two sides of this, I'm gonna poke two little holes, okay? Next to that hole there. It's not absolutely necessary, but for this case, I'm gonna do that, right? So let me put hole 1 and hole 2. And if you wanna do 3, fine, go ahead, but so, and the reason I'm doing that, now let me see hole 1, hole 2, see that? All right, great. Reason I'm doing that is I'm gonna put some tape underneath the tank. The tank is gonna be like a, like a patch for a second, all right? The tape is gonna come off, but I'm gonna show you why, all right? You would think I would have this tape set up, all right? It's just like garbage bags, and not garbage bags, shopping bags in the supermarket. It's hard to get them loose. All right, so here we go. We got some tape, all right? I was gonna use my teeth here. If you don't have a blade, use your teeth. I happen to have a blade. I have a hook blade. Oh, nice little hook blade, right? Is that cool? You could use a regular blade. Just happen to have, this is just what I have on hand right now. Okay, so I got my blade. Let me fold back my tape for future use. I'm gonna just kind of fold this over. See that? So next time I want to grab it, it's already ready to grab. See that there? Good. All right, so now let's put my tape on the tank, right? So I'm gonna wrap this as good as I can, nice and secure and tight around here. See that? The tape is on there, okay? Tape is on there, right? Now, let's mix up our solution. You know, I really thought I bought my mixing bowl here, and I didn't. Give me a second. Are you serious? Say, yes, I'm serious. Oh, no, I got one. I got one. All right. I'm going to use this. So you don't need a lot of this, by the way, because the area that you're working with is like so tiny. You don't need a lot. All right. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to get something like this. We're going to pour. That's like a teaspoon amount. Okay. Maybe a spoon amount. Look at this, right? See that? It's not that much. See? About that much, all right? Then I'm gonna get my hardener. This one is already open. I just got the extra one just in case I ran out. And just gonna pour just a little bit in it, okay? And what you do is you read your instructions and see the best way to go about this, all right? Let me get my little handy glove here while I hold the other end of this. All right, I'm gonna use my little mixing spatula and just spend some time mixing this up, okay? Just mix it up really good, okay? See where it's at? All right. Camera angles, right? So I'm mixing this up, mixing it up, mixing it up, mixing it up. Make sure it's all integrated in there, nice and good. Okay. Got little bubblies here. Yeah, yep, look like it's doing this thing. Okay, excellent. Okay, now be careful where you put this, because if you let it rest too long on the surface, it's gonna kind of stick to the surface a little bit. So, you know, I would probably just wipe this off now that it's loose and you can easily get it off, okay? All right, good. Now, now I'm gonna pour it inside that section there. Okay, so if you were pouring it from the top of something else, see that? You would just pour it, and there you go. All right. Now I'm gonna let that sit. Okay, it's in there. Sit at the bottom, sit. You can see it at the bottom? All right, good. Let it sit for about 30 minutes, okay? And you see, I didn't need that much. I still have leftovers, all right? Now, I'm not gonna over pour it. I don't wanna put too much on it because there's no need for that. Yeah, you know, yeah, right. So clean that up, and we're gonna use this again. So if you'd like, you can clean this out, okay, and then throw away that paper. So it's all cleaned out again, and I'm gonna toss this away, and I'm gonna cut, and then we'll actually, you know what? While we wait, take a look at some of the T-shirts that I've been making. You guys may want to support the channel. May want to go to my little thing and buy some of my shirts. This is my own artwork. It's a little, so for some of it, I'm kind of goofing off and having fun, and some of it is I'm really trying to do some things. I'm trying to build a world of characters. All right, see if you guys like them. All right. Okay, so we're back. So, all right, so now we've waited for enough time for this to harden, and we're gonna check it out to make sure. See that? It's hard just like plastic, okay? And what we're gonna do now, I'm gonna rip this tape off, okay? All right. Okay, so now that's what the outside looks like. Can you see that? You have a good kind of there. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna sand this area again, and then we're gonna use this with a new batch of resin and put it over the top. All right, so let me mix it all up. All right, and then we'll get it going. I'm just gonna pour a little bit here. Again, a teaspoon, probably too much. I think I did too much just now, guys. Too much. Because we're not gonna use that much, really. We're gonna put some hardener. Wear your gloves. Don't do like me. I don't have the other side of this. I thought I did, but I have two left-hand gloves here. I don't know what happened. I was rushing this morning. All right, here we go. So I'm gonna mix this up real good. I'm gonna get all the hardener blended in real good with this. Again, I think I used too much. So remember, if it's not a big project, you really don't even need this much. Okay, because you may have to do it later, 2 or 3 layers if you really want to avoid the water finding its way through the cracks. Because again, I'm saying that this is a temporary fix. Okay. All right, here we go. Let me wipe this off before it gets hard. All right. Here we go. So now I'm going to use this little brush. You can get these at the dollar store or Walmart or something. This little art brush. I just use it because it's an easy sponge. You can use a sponge. You can use a regular paintbrush that you have around the house. I just happen to have this here. Okay, just gonna dip it, and let me just sand it one more time. Let's just sand it one more time. All right. Okay, let's give it a try. And just keep applying it. We want to seal off the area, and we want to get cover as much area. So if we do have a crack in it, it's going to take a little bit of time for that water to even find its way through this thing, okay? All right, that should be enough for now. And we maybe do this like maybe 2 or 3 more times, okay? That's why I didn't need to do that much. I really overdid it, okay? And then we're gonna let this sit and harden, okay? All right, let's wait 30 minutes. Okay, guys, so I put 2 additional layers. I put 2 layers altogether on the outside. So we have 1 poured layer on the inside. Okay, we have this layer on the outside. What you can do at this point, if you like, you don't really have to. You can kind of sand it some more on the edges, and then because you can see it's plastic, it's hard, right? And then some people would even go ahead and put some kind of clear seal, like clear spray paint seal, and just spray it over. Again, if there's a type that's clear for the resin, go with that. Go with the clear type so you can avoid this kind of greenish look to it. But here's the ultimate test. We're gonna pour some water in this and see if we solve the problem, so you can shampoo that weekend or that week until you decide to buy yourself a new tank, okay? So here we go. Let's test it out. You ready? All right. I'm gonna pour directly on the spot. Okay, so we got water. At least right now, we don't have a leak. So if this water is gonna find its way through, it's gonna take a while to do that, okay? But we solved that particular problem. And even if you have a crack, like that, or you have a bigger crack, well, maybe not the whole bottom of the tank, but a bigger crack, use the same formula I just showed you, and you should at least be able to patch up your leak, okay? I hope that helps, and share the video, like the video, and we'll see you soon.